Hello everyone, I am Alka1993 and welcome to today's duel video where I'm not touching anything and things are happening because this is actually a replay. Normally I do live recordings and I still intend to do that most of the time. However, I think I'll pause it just in case a lot of things happen I don't quite remember. But you might remember last week I uploaded a video using my go away fly, my Link tutorial deck. And I did that against the same opponent, Subzan. Afterwards, they wanted a rematch, but normally, the moment I feel like I have a duel that I want to edit and upload, I don't do duels anymore. But I decided let's just do a rematch because they didn't want to use a different deck, which ended up being a Crystron deck, and I thought I'll just rematch them. And you'll see it happen during the game. I say, oh, I wish I was recording this, but then I realized a little bit later, wait, I can record the replay, which is awesome. So I'm using Link tutorial again, and they are using Crystron, and I really like how this duel turned out. So that is why I want to show you this duel. And the thing is, I still intend for most of my recordings to be live duel recordings. I think that'll be better for commentary as well, because you get my live thoughts instead of things that happen, things that I say knowing what will already happen. Even if I can act as if I don't know that, I think that live commentary is better, usually anyway. But if I have a really good duel that happens while I'm not recording, and I'm like, oh, I wish I was recording this, I can actually record it now because replays are automatically saved, which is awesome. As you can see here, my opponent is using Crystron, and Crystron is a deck that I like the idea of because it has a bunch of synchro options. But I've had a Crystron deck, but I don't think I've ever actually used it in a duel video, or I don't think I've ever done more than one or two practice duels with it, and that was I think before Links. I think Crystals were before the Link era, but I never actually dueled with it. So this was a duel where I learned quite a lot about Links, what they do, how they summon, about a lot of summoning during the opponent's turn, the different monsters they can summon, how Scrap Recycler works with them, and it was really interesting for me. You know the thing is about the replay, if there's a lot of waiting time in between moves, I can just click next play and it continues. Also, I can show their hand if I want to. I can hide both. I can just show mine. So usually I think I'll just show mine. In the other duel series that I'm working on, I'll just not show any of the hands. But yeah, we'll see that. Actually, I want to check something. When they start their turn... Oh no. It already was their turn, because I wanted to see what it would look like if I had hide hands on and I drew the card. I don't think I can then see the card, which would be great for the Yu-Gi-Oh series that I'm working on. So time for a play by me. Balance of Lord. Pay 1,000 life, but they chain with infinite impermanence and they negate it, and yeah, I can't really do much. I decide to take out their side tree, but side tree has an effect. Gets a special summon monster from the graveyard and then synchro with it. They are banished, so yeah, they're going yay. Except, as I realized later, Crystron actually can get stuff back. So they have Amatrix at 2,500 attack. That's not nice. I'm not a special summon monster, so I'm not changed the defense position, so I'm actually able to take out their other Crystron card. But they do have a 2,500 attack on the field. I play backup sword to get some draws for later and Void Expansion, which every turn during my standby phase can get me a token, which can help me set up Link summons. My opponent's turn. Thirst for an effect in the graveyard. Let's remember what it does. You can banish it from the graveyard, add a crystal monster from your deck to your hand. So they get a Crystron, which is Crystron Smiger. Self-Near requires you to discard a Crystron to special summon itself and then destroy one card. It destroys itself, and when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a Crystron from your deck in defensive position. So basically, if it's in the grave and you have a Crystron in your hand, you discard that Crystron and you special summon one. And then the normal summon is still available. Rosenix's effect, let's see, target face up which you control. Destroy, if you then get a Crystron tuner. Destroys itself, gets another tuner, gets Quan. Here comes a level 9 Synchro. Yeah, the Crystron has a lot of options. Requires two or more tuners, as you can see here. Quarry Quarion Gandrax. And Quarion Gandrax can banish cards. Balance Lord is gone. How did I special summon this? Huh? Did I miss something? Why did I special summon Realm Clouder? Oh, Balance Lord's effect, of course. I forgot about that part of the effect. They equip it with Break Draw. I guess it works because it's a machine deck. I wouldn't exactly think of it in a Crystalline deck, but it works out for them in this one. They destroy Realm Clouder, get a draw off a Break Draw. I didn't take any damage to backup, so it doesn't get me an extra card. Cyber's Beacon can get me another card, but this isn't really what I want. I get a token from Void Expansion. I don't think I'd set up what token I want yet for this deck. I think I set that up later. Because I think in the replays the tokens do show up. I summon Draconet. Draconet gets me level 2. Unfortunately, this deck doesn't have Galaxy Serpent, which would have been nice. I do have Bitron, so I could link for a Link 3, but as I realize here, I can't actually make use of that. Can I look in the extra deck? No, unfortunately not. But let's see, what the Link 2s require either 2 Cyberses, which I can do, but I can't overcome this guy. Or like 2 Earths, which I don't have anyway, because this is fire. So likely what I'll do, and I think I've done one of these things already since I created this deck. I could have done something fancy. I would have liked to have a normal monster, so I could have made Link Spider with Bitron, or with the token, and then gone for a Link 4, but yeah, that's not happening. 2 Link Spiders is nice, but now they just take a Draconet. I take 1600 damage, a backup squad does get me a draw. Break Draw. Gets them a draw. I have Raigeki, which is nice. However, they're not done. They have Crystalline Smiger in the graveyard, and they can add a Crystalline Spell or Trap from their deck to their hand. Crystalline Impact. Which I need to remember for later. I think I forget about it at some point because I don't use it for a while. But so far, looks like they have the advantage, and it's unlikely that I'll actually win, which against Crystons, if it's a decent deck at minimum and the opponent knows what they're doing, and they definitely seem to be, then it doesn't seem like I have much of a chance of making it, of getting out a victory. However, I didn't want to try, I wanted to just learn the Cryston deck as well, seeing the opponent play it, and they seem to know what they're doing, gives me a good idea of how Crystons work, which when I eventually try out Crystons, gives me a better chance of doing well with it. Selfefnir is on the field, and they leave me to play my turn. I took damage by battle this turn, so I get to add a card to my deck to my hand. I choose Cyber's Gadget, and this is where I come up with the combo. I chose Cyber's Gadget for a reason. I have it paused now for a reason. The idea is Cyber's Gadget, when it's normal summon, can target a level 2 or lower monster in the game and special summon it. Bitron is the one I'm thinking of. I'm going to get another token from Void Expansion. So that's already 3 monsters. Cyber's Gadget makes 4, but with it summoning Bitron back, that makes 5. And the token that I get from Gadget actually makes 6 monsters total to work with, just not all at the same time. So I can summon something big and get rid of their Quarion Gandrax. Kerpris, not going to quite use that yet. I play Raigeki to get rid of their stuff. That's great. I like that they're gone. They do have a monster on the field, which does mean they're just going to get to Synchro again, which is great. But yeah, I'm still learning Crystron as we go along. That's one of the reasons why I do regularly, to learn a lot of decks to know how to better play against him. Now here I use one of the tokens to summon Link Spider. And then I normal Gadget, because I thought the idea was to go into Link Spider and then play the Gadget game. However, this is where I realized it, and it's probably going to be in the chat in a second. Okay, if you come up with the combo last turn, and know you want to use Bitron for Link Spider, then do it. Yeah, if I would have used Bitron for Link Spider, I could have now used Cyber's Gadget to get Bitron back. So that already cost me one of my plays. And I want to go into, I think it's either Topologic Bomber Dragon or Borlow Dragon. I think both require effect monsters, so I need to get rid of these tokens. One of them isn't Earth, nor Cybers, which definitely limits my options. So I think here I'm trying to summon Missus? No, oh, Akashic Magician, yes, I can get rid of one of their cards. Because they're the same type, so that's nice, getting rid of one of their cards. Then Akashic Cybers, where here I think I'm summoning... Was it Encode or Decode? I don't remember exactly what I wanted to summon, but it was an illegal move, so it didn't work, so I put my monsters back. So this would have been like a warning for me, because I attempted to make an illegal move if it was an official tournament. I summoned Link Spider, because that is a legal move, and now having 3 monsters there, I can summon Borlow Dragon. It's a nice card to have. I attack, but as you can expect, they use their effect. And from their graveyard, here I say, I wish I was recording this duel, it's a good one. Okay, I am. So they summon Sylphimnir from their graveyard, which allows them to go for a level 7 Synchro. Meanwhile, they've built up their banished cards, and, well, the crystals have a few ways to get them back. Here comes Samurai Destroyer, a card which I didn't even realize existed. Maybe I saw it in the past, I don't remember much of it. But the Crystons, if summoning things via their effects, I believe they require you to summon a machine-type Synchro. And there are quite a lot of machine-type Synchros out there. You are somewhat limited, but there's still some good ones, and Samurai Destroyer is one of them. And if it battles an opponent's monster, whether attacking or defending, the opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. Also, the effects are negated during the battle phase only. I wanted to get their monster with Borlow Dragon. I wanted to weaken them, which I can't even do. And then I can't, like, take control of their monster either, which is great. Of course, perfect. And even if I do take them out, which I believe I'm going to do in a second, they get a machine monster from the graveyard back, which I'm not sure if I realized at the time, includes Quarion Gandrax. So that's great. I do decide to attack it, because otherwise it's going to stay on the field forever. And maybe they forget, because they don't actually summon something. Oh yeah, they must have forgotten. And it's optional, so I don't have to remind them that they have to do it. They play with less, although I suppose it might have been intentional. Seems pretty strange, though. They banish Crazy Yordle, special summon a Crystron from their hand, so Fafnir is on the field. Normal summon. And then they have a level 6 Synchro, Powered Insectron. I remember this one. Although I don't remember quite what it does, even though it's a pretty simple effect. This turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Also, you take no damage. That's pretty nice. So they attack into me. They didn't say damage set, but it doesn't matter. Limiter removal. Doubles their attack as they're a machine. It's a 5,000, which one just deals 2,000 to me. But here I realize, wait a second. Limiter removal destroys the monster during the end phase. This turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Powered Insectron with limiter removal on the turn that Insectron is summoned is a great combo. Because it's a 5,000 attacker that doesn't actually get destroyed by limiter removal. And if you can combine that with maybe another Synchro or something else machine that you have, this is pretty big. Wait, why did I only take 1,000? Oh, because I did use Borlow Dragon's effect. Yeah. Did I? Oh, I chained Borlow's effect, that's it. I chained Borlow's effect to limiter removal because it wasn't in a damage step yet, and otherwise I probably would have done it anyway. But with having Borlow resolve first, they have less attack. I get 1,000 damage. It seems like I forgot backup squad at this point, and they forgot that limit removal doesn't take out their monster. Yep, they forgot about that. No, here we talk about I forget things too, but I've already forgotten the thing of backup squad draw. So I draw Balancer Lord, get my token. Remember, I forgot the draw. We did. Backup squad is mandatory. There's no you can anywhere there, so I should have gotten the draw. So the backup squad draw would have been Balancer Lord, the other draw would have been the next thing. So I still get that draw. I have United We Stand, which is a nice way to increase my attack power. I need to go with it. I summon Balancer Lord and equip United We Stand. That puts me with 1,600 extra power at 3,300 attack, 1,300 more than powered Insectron. Deal some nice damage. Insectron is gone. They have an empty field. However, with quite a few things in their graveyard, just being able to use their effects, Sylfefnir is one of them. I have a feeling this duel is far from over. And then they have a field spell. Crystons gain 300 attack and defense, which is a nice boost to them. Once per turn during the end phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of Crystron Synchro monsters you synchro summon this turn. Now, in the Link era with Master Duel 4, that's, I guess, more difficult to combo with for Crystons, but my opponents seem to still do really well throughout this duel. And this could end up, if you start with a lower level synchro, let's say a 5, then go into a 7, then go into a 9, can get you multiple draws a turn, which is very nice. They have a Scrap Recycler left in their hand. Send Thistvern to the graveyard. Thistvern's effect banishes itself. Get a Smiger. Hey, they're not going to normal summon the Smiger. What might they do with it? Sylfefnir summons itself, destroys itself, which gets them a tuner. The level 3 Crystron Ryan. Hey, a level 3 tuner, level 3 non-tuner. Would they be synchroing? Well, first, Crystron Smiger's effect, getting them a Crystron spell or trap card. At this point, I think I've forgotten that they have Crystron Impact face down already because I searched it a while ago. But they have 2 face down now. They decide to attack with Scrap Recycler. Take out the token, so I have less plays later. And Balancer Lord just has less attack. My turn. Get a token, which is great. Puts me at 33 again. And I'm thinking, if I just use summon multiple things, I can do things, but I don't really want to summon them in attack mode. Let's just attack Scrap Recycler. I can deal good damage. However, Ryan, as with all the other tuners, can synchro during the battle phase. Great. However, Ryan is one of the ones that actually makes use of the things that are banished, such as Smiger. The non-tuners being banished is very good for it. So if this one is special summoned, they're shuffled back into the deck through Ryan's effect. And a level 6 Machine Synchro comes out. Look, it's another powered Insectron. And I still decide to attack Scrap Recycler because it's there and it's in the way. 2,400 damage. I thought. But even though Insectron only protects itself from being destroyed by battle, you, as the player, don't take any damage even if the battle involves something else. So yeah, that wasn't much damage. I set a card. Scarpus to maybe use for later on. Iron Call. I'm surprised they don't have Monster Reborn, but I think they do run a Reborn, I think. I asked them later. I saw the deck list. I don't quite remember. But they had at least 2 like rebirth, revive things from the graveyard. They summon Ryan, likely to set their effects up. Insectron takes out Carapace. If I take damage from battle or card effect, I can banish it and target a card in the field and destroy it. Which I can't quite do yet because I havenent taken damage. Here comes Crystron Impact to special summon one of the banished Crystron monsters. And any of my faced-up monsters have their defense changed to 0, so that's Balancer or 0 defense. That is something to remember for later. Now they go for a Link Summon. And as they explained to me after the duel, Decode Chogger isn't normally in their deck. They have Decode Chogger and a Link 4 in the deck now because we played this in TCG, TCG only cards. Normally they have Crystal Needle Fiber in there, which is a very good card in any deck that runs tuners. Normally they have Decode Talker and the Link 4 out and 2 Needle Fiber in, but they decided to summon Decode Talker here. Then, is it gone? Is it done this turn? No, this turn activates its effect. Adds a side tree from the deck to the hand. They normal summon it, because I don't think they've had a normal summon yet this turn. No, they just Iron Called. Yep, they just Iron Called their monster. Here comes another Crystalline Impact. And my defense is still 0. But they special summon one of their banished Crystallons, which is Smiger, setting them up for a play later on. Smiger's effect targets itself. Then they summon a Crystal Tuner from the deck, so there's another Ryan, just setting up for plays later on, which I didn't really understand. They have a side chain attack. I know that they can synchro summon something, but hey, let's find out. Let's see what I can do. Void effect gets me another token that I can summon some stuff with. I have one more Link for it, which is cool. I think Topologic Bomber Dragon is available. I use Balancer's effect. Allow myself a normal summon. This boosts me up to 4100 attack. And then my normal summon boosting me up to 49. I realize I need face-up monsters. So that is why I'm doing things like this. Here I'm looking at my extra deck, and I don't have another Borlo Dragon, and with 2 normal monsters out, I can't right now. I don't think with any of the combos I could have done, I could have even summoned Topologic Bomber, I don't think. So Balance Lord attacks side tree, even though I know that they're going to use the effect, it makes sense to attack side tree, I guess. Or did I actually attack Decode? No, I did attack side tree just in case they would forget and just take the damage, I guess. They summoned Preziortal, and this is where, like, last turn they set up for a combo. And they knew exactly how this turn would end. I didn't because I don't know the Crystron deck, but they exactly knew. So they have a level 4 Quandax, which is a Synchro Tuner monster. I get the attack replay. I decide to attack Decode Talker because I want to deal damage. No, Ryan's effect. They do that. And the Preziortal, that's banished. Special summoned. They synchro, Ryan and Preziortal to the deck. Here comes a level 5. Amatrix. All face-up, special summon monsters I control to defense position, except mine roll normal summon except the token, which is already in defense. Okay, we can work with that, I guess. I still have 4100 attack. Attack! No, because Quandax has an effect. It's a tuner, therefore it can special summon. No, it can synchro during the opponent's turn. Here we go. That's Quandax. There's Amatrix. And here comes the level 9 Crystron Phoenix. And when it's synchro summoned, you can banish all spell and trap cards the opponent controls and in their graveyard. Backup squad is gone. Meh. Void expansion's gone. Not that nice. The stuff in the graveyard. Nah. United We Stand is gone. They knew this would happen when they were setting up the previous turn. They were setting up to summon Phoenix to get rid of United We Stand, which was my main weapon against their stuff. Also, remember Galaxy Cyclone that was in my graveyard from the beginning? You didn't? Well, neither did I, and I could have taken down their field spell. And considering it's... Is it my turn? Yeah, it is my turn now. And I realize that now that I have to banish Galaxy Cyclone, that I could have used it before to take up their field spell. They didn't exactly draw from it. They just get a few extra attack and defense points, which isn't that bad. But because I synchro summoned 3 times this turn, even if it's my turn, they'll get 3 draws during the end phase, giving them even more options. So, yeah, should use Galaxy Cyclone there. I totally forgot about it. My mistake. Regeki gone, Cyber's Beacon gone. Not that they can do anything from the graveyard. Most important thing, United We Stand is gone, so this really is their game to lose, in a sense, because they have a clear advantage now. Especially with Bitron and Carapace in attack position. I'm pretty much done for if I leave them there, so I go with the best thing I have. If I had a 3rd Link Spider, I could have done something fancy. But unfortunately, I do not. I think with Link Spider, I could have made. Let's see, I could have made the token into a Link Spider. I think that's it. Link Spider would have then been Earth. Pretty sure Link Spider's Earth, right? Yeah. And then Link Spider plus Bitron would have been Mrs. Radiant, which then would have meant I had only effect monsters in the field, which would have allowed me to summon Topologic Bomber. However, I didn't have that available to me, so I just did the best thing that I could, which is summon Mrs. Radiant to take less damage. I couldn't really do any more than that. So during the end phase, their field spell gets them 3 draws because they summoned the level 4, the level 5, and the level 9. And then they draw for their turn. They already have an amazing field, and now they have 4 more cards to play with. A bunch of banished stuff, bunch of graveyard stuff that they can play with. 2 set cards. Here comes another Crystalline Ryan, because that keeps being shuffled back into the deck. And they're just making sure they have the best board that they can. Smiger is banished. They get a Crystalline Spell or Trap. Crystalline Entry, which we haven't seen yet, which allows them to special summon Crystalline Tuners. So they can just do even more synchros. Decode Talker attacks Balancer Lord, and unfortunately, yeah, I don't really have much else to do. I don't have United Withstand. Decode is a 3,300 attack, I think. Was it 33? Yeah, because it points at 2 cards. What did I take 1,100? Did I gain 500 somewhere? That I forgot? Huh. Or did they lose 500? Or the Crystal Impact? Change their defense to 0. That didn't alter the attack. Why did I take 1,100? Because Decode has 23, gains 500 attack for each monster it points to, which is Balancer Lord and Phoenix. That's 33 against 17, right? Or Decode. No, that's... No, Mrs. Radiant. This isn't an Earth monster, so it doesn't gain anything. I didn't have Borreload by the time Decode came out, so that I didn't weaken it with that. Huh? Maybe one of you, maybe it'll come up in the chat in just a second. Otherwise, can you come up with why I only took 1,100? Because it's 3,300 against 17, right? So that's 1,600. Anyway, they took my token. Phoenix attacks Radiant. I took that to 12. That one does work because they get the 300 boost. I was going to say it should be, wait, 14. Yeah, it's a 1,400 difference, makes it a 1,700 difference with the field spell, and then it's 1,200 difference again because Mrs. Radiant boosts itself to 19. So that 12 works. Now they have a great setup and 4 set cards, including one of the traps that can summon tuners. This is horrible. I keep forgetting my effects. I had moves. I had 2 Kerberos I could have used to destroy stuff. But that's what happens sometimes when either you're tired. That's why I normally don't play, especially tournament matches during the evening or record during the evening. But especially late evening, I make a lot more misplays to forget a lot more things. And sometimes you just forget it. Sometimes because you don't know the deck well. Sometimes because something else. Misplays can just happen even if you know the deck really well and you're really awake. Too late now, Miss is already in the graveyard. Not much I can do because the damage is taken before Miss is sent to the graveyard. And then they reminded me of something else. Crystalline Impact. During either player's turn except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Crystalline monster you control, you can banish this card from the graveyard and negate it. So if I remember that that was a thing, which I'm pretty sure I didn't, I could have still taken out Decode Talker, but I couldn't have taken out the other one. So the second card wouldn't have worked. I have a Balancer Lord here. Yeah, there isn't much I can do at this point. I never summoned the Gadget token either after I summoned Borreload, because remember I did that? I totally forgot about that part too. Was it Akashic, Cyber's Gadget, and Link Spider, I think? And then I can special summon a Gadget token, which I could have used for Link later on, or just defend from an attack. However, because that's optional, it wasn't necessary to be done. So, no, not even a chance to think about taking that back. A lot to learn, a lot to remember. I made quite a few misplays, but even if I didn't, chances are I would have lost this duel. Rion's effect for one more move. Praise the Ortal for a level 5 synchro. Because yeah, high speed Rochambara is also in the deck, because that's a machine. And that can deal a lot of damage in the same turn. Deco Talker once again at 3,300 attack, if I remember things correctly anyway. Here comes Crystal entry. 2 tuners are special summoned. Because why not? And it's now time for Substance to just finish me, because I don't have anything with which I can stop them. With just an attack from Deco Target, they can already deal enough damage. They decide to send 4 monsters to the graveyard to summon Apollos Boa the Goddess, which is one of the 2 cards that they put in, like together with Deco Target, to replace Needle Fiber. Original attack of this card was 800 times the number of link materials used for the link summon, which is why they use 4 months instead of just 2, because Deco Target could have just been used as 3 of them. So that's a 3,200 attacker. And it can lose 800 attack to negate the activation of any of my effects. Well, any of my monster effects. And of course, here comes limiter removal. Extra damage. No need to go damage step. I lose the duel. I hope you enjoyed that duel. I definitely did. That is why I decided to record this replay. I think it was a much better duel than the last one that I showed with 6 Samurai. And I hope that by sometimes maybe recording these replays, I can give you more exciting duels. Because sometimes when I want to do a live recording, which isn't always, I don't have all that much time. Just generally, I give myself enough time to do a single duel, but it might take 4 or 5 duels to actually get a decent duel in. And at that point, I might have run out of time, and I wanted to have it recorded and edited. Not necessarily uploaded, but at least recorded and edited before I have to leave, go somewhere, do something else, whatever. But please let me know if you would like to see more of these replay recordings as well. I will likely upload them if I happen to have a really good duel for you. If there's any deck you'd like to see me use in the future, please let me know. I won't promise I'd get to them, but it might just happen. See you in the next duel video. Goodbye.